Trapped in Another World as Brothers, Book 1, Chapter 7. Welcome home. Jushido's question had hung in the air. Does that mean you girls know magic? The girls were hesitant to answer, each looking at the other for guidance on how they should respond. Mia, however, eventually spoke up. Yes, we all can use magic. That was hard for her to say, and even harder for the others to hear. They had just met this guy, still a complete stranger despite his frail appearance. They are met with surprise as Jushiro smiles at them genuinely. That's really cool, you know? A faint color appears on their cheeks. He's so innocent. It's adorable, Yui thought, grasping the purple ribbon wrapped around her collar. Jushiro then looked up at the nearby grandfather clock. 8:22 is what it read. Jushiro's eyes widened. Oh no, I'm late. They're gonna kill me. He then struggles to remove the blanket off of him, causing him to trip off of the couch face first. Plap. Ow. Jushiro groaned, lifting his head as blood poured excessively from his nose. Najika clicked her tongue as she lifted herself off of the ottoman. She grabbed a towel and kneeled in front of Jushiro, wiping all of the blood from his face and nose. Idiot. You need to be more careful. I'm not your caretaker. Jushido's smile returned. Thank you, Miss Najika. Shiori then plops down in front of him as well, sticking her finger up matter-of-factly. It's so obvious you should let me come with you, just in case you decide to take another lengthy nap. Jushido agreed to let Shiori come with him. It would at least help explain where he's been all this time. Before leaving with Shiori, Jushido stops and turns back to the girls and bows. Thank you again for taking care of me. Thus, the duo left. However, Shiori asked, So, where is this place you're staying at? As they begin walking, Oh, me and my brothers are staying at the inn in town, Jushido answered, but he was caught off guard by Shiori's expecting expression. Which one? She asked. There's more than one? Jushido asked, beginning to panic. Shiori almost fell over in disbelief. You're telling me you just assumed there was only one inn? Jushido cowered in embarrassment. I'm sorry, I'm not from around here. The two then traveled across the entire town, passing 3 separate inns before they finally found the one they were looking for. They didn't even need to go inside to figure it out this time. The duo saw Kamari standing outside the entrance, smoking this world's equivalent to a cigarette. However, he headed back inside before he could notice the two walking up to him, flicking the butt end into the street. Kamari entered his hotel room, needing both a smoke and some fresh air. Yuki sat there waiting for him and smiled when he returned. Welcome back. I wasn't gone that long. Kamari rubbed the back of his head before sitting on the sofa, letting out an old man groan. However, before he could get a chance to relax, he had to stand back up because Jushiro just entered the room and waved knowingly at his older brother. Shiori and Yuki looked at each other as Kamari approached Jushiro and then gave him a soft, tiny bump on the noggin. Ow. Jushido groaned as he rubbed his head, despite the very light tap. Where were you? Do you even know how worried we got? Kenny had to go out looking for you. Now, now I don't even know where he is. Kamari lambasted Jushiro as he just laughed awkwardly, but knowingly. I had another episode at the library, but Shiori and her friends helped me. I'm fine now. I'm sorry for worrying you. Jushiro apologized as Kamari lit another cigarette and looked at Shiori. I'm assuming that's Shiori, Kamari asked as Jushiro nodded for confirmation. However, the tension very quickly became awkward as Shiori bluntly asked, while pointing at Yuki, You guys out slaves? The bluntness of the question caught both Kamari and Jushiro off guard, let alone the question itself. Jushiro began to panic, but Kamari quickly pulled through. Yeah, she's mine. What about it? Yuki, who was hiding behind Kamari, began to frantically explain, pointing to the lack of a slave collar around her neck. I'm not a slave anymore. Master Kamari freed me. I'm here on my own choice. Shiori then tapped her fist in her palm in mock pride. Oh, I get it. Sorry about that. She had a goofy smile plastered on her face as if she didn't just almost give everyone in the room a heart attack. Kamari blew smoke from his mouth and turned to Jushido. You had to bring someone crazy back to the end, didn't you? Jushido just laughed softly as he rubbed the back of his head. So, are you his brother? Shiori was starting to get a bit too close to Kamari as she excitedly asked her question. What kind of ADHD are you on? But yeah, I might as well be. Komari asked, getting more uncomfortable the closer Shiori got to him. Might as well be. What's that supposed to mean? Shiori asked, however, she was quickly interrupted when Jason entered the room. Hubei. Shiori tried to run up to Jason, but he sidestepped her to reach Jushiro, and just like Komari, gave him a soft pop on the noggin. Oh, y'all stop doing that? Jushiro whined, rubbing the top of his head. Don't give me that. You know how worried we were. Jason verbally reprimanded Jushiro. This was all deja vu for him. He's just hoping Ryukin doesn't do the same to him when he gets back. Jason then looked around. He noticed Ryukin had gone missing now. Komari, where's Kenny? He went out looking for Knucklehead here, Komari answered, his answer causing Jushiro to whine out. I said I was sorry. However, the door flew open one final time and Ryukin returned with his new cleric friend, Sachi. Jason starting to get fed up with strangers in the room, regarding Shiori and now Sachi. Why in the hell are these two here? Jushiro lifted his hand innocently and spoke quickly. I had an episode at the library. She took me to her place to rest and guided me home afterward. Ryukin, on the other hand, was very much not willing to explain so soon, but he relented once Jason pressed him on it. So, when I went out looking for Jushiro, I thought I stumbled upon a show of some sort. But instead, I'm dueling some Count Chocula guy over ownership of the woman. Then, after I won, her name is Sachi, by the way, she offered me a deal I couldn't refuse. Jason and Komari just stared at Ryukin before the two of them blurted out in laughter. You mean to tell me you got conned by a woman? Jason said in between his laughter. To add insult to injury, Sachi piped in. That's correct. Komari then turned to Jushiro. What have you learned today? Jushiro didn't have an answer. From the ashes of silence a brotherhood will rise. Through a veiled intent transcending class, their crescent gleams where whispers convene. An unseen blade will strike where justice is keen. A spectre of marble with eyes like the dawn. A ghost among the shadows, a truly withdrawn present. Clad in robes of grey, trimmed in the decree of fate, he walks the thin veil where none dare to be. Through the cities of stone and the corridors of time he will be remembered, to carve out their names, sublime yet malign. The hawk watches from a perch above, his talents unseen, the truth veiled by sky.